Hey, crackin'. We are on day dos. El segundo día. What's going on, fam? 98. Close, I got it. 98 more days to go. We are on day 2. What's crackin', everybody? All right. You know, when we were talking about the week and what I was going to talk about, I totally forgot there was an Apple event today. I didn't even watch it. Talk a little bit about that. What's going on? Let's see. Trying to bring the Stream Deck back. Stream Deck pedal back in the mix. I set it up and did the unboxing. I have like ants in my pants. We'll talk about. They was gonna try and they didn't want me to be great today, but I persevered. It's crazy. What up, fam? What's going on? How are you guys? Who do we got watching? You know the drill. Let me know in the comments. Just tidying stuff up. Letting the countdown timer do its thing. How you guys doing? I want to know who bought what today with the Apple event. Did you guys buy anything? Let me know. I haven't even looked. I got another packed day today too. A brother of a certain age was cracking, homie. In the house. How you doing today? Gretchen. Hello there, darling. Made it for a few minutes. Hop over, be a guest on LinkedIn Live Cancer fundraiser that you're donating a piece to. Ooh, very cool. So I hope it goes well. Give you some air horns. I hope it goes well. I wish you the best of luck on there. So definitely a good cause. And of course, thank you for supporting. Thank you for supporting me yesterday. I appreciate you, Israel. What's cracking, brother? How you doing? What's crack? Oh, my scenes. That was supposed to switch automatically. What is cracking, everybody? What's up? How are you? We are 98 days to go. We are doing day 2 of the 100 days of live streaming. Israel, you've been lost. I've been on this mic. I think I stopped using it last year at some point. But I've been using it since I started streaming again. And I will never not use this mic. I still have if we switch scenes, I still have let me see, where's my scenes? I still have the Rode NTG over here. So if I switch and kind of do an overhead, right? And if I want to move this away a little bit, that's weird, that was muted. But if we move into an overhead shot, I can go ahead and kind of bring some things here, not have to worry about the mic. And then again, if I want to talk to you guys in portrait mode and not worry about moving, I'm keeping it here, still messing around with the levels a little bit, trying to get it dialed in as best as possible. But we ain't never letting go of this one. I mean, come on, listen to the sound difference, right? So I was asking, let me come over this way. I was asking Paul, I jumped into that room. That room was really cool. There was like a live watch party for Ecamm with for the Apple event that I totally missed. I was working. I was multitasking. I was doing stuff for the bank. I was doing stuff for tonight. I have a crazy, busy evening tonight. And so I jumped in, I sent you a message, and then probably as literally as I hit send, I left. So Paul says, Maestro, which is his cat, buried my credit cards. Paul, where's your avatar? It didn't show up. That's so weird. your avatar didn't show up on the comment. Put another comment, Paul. It says, Maestro buried my credit cards in his little box and didn't seem to like it when I brought the idea of selling him. So it looks like I'm sticking with what I got. Yeah, so I need to go back and we'll probably talk about that tomorrow on day 97 of live streaming. So thank you for coming through and showing support, brother. Dwayne Wood, Mr. Dwayne Wood, thank you. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. I don't know if you've heard about this madness that I am doing of 100 days of consistent live streaming. So we have 98 more days to go. We are on day 2, and I need to see this guy right here. Que lo que, manito? Lem drops. What's cracking, brother? How are you? How have you been? You like the blue? I've been switching up. Red is usually my trademark color, but I feel like with the setup and with the ambiance, I like how the blue just vibes. So I've been leaving the blue. I appreciate it. But how have you been? How are the kids? How's Jennifer? How's all of that good stuff? Thank you for the support, Gretchen. I appreciate you. And yes, that is much better. That was so weird, that one comment, Paul. It didn't come through, but you are back. Who is this? Yo, what's cracking? I wouldn't censor you unless you pissed off one of the other moderators and they censored you, but I have not censored you. So you are all good, but it seems like we are all as well in the world. So Mr. Dwayne Wood, let me know what you do. You just heard about this madness and I'm still trying to figure out, am I crazy or am I not? It's going to give me some opportunities to grow. So I am excited. So listening right now, she's next to me. Family's good. Hey, Jen, what's going on, girl? How you doing? How's it going? You've censored him. All right, well, that's between y'all moderators. I will say Lem is one of the OG moderators, so I'm not getting in between my family, okay? That's what I'm going to say. Keep me out of it. Lee, what's cracking? How are you doing? Lee, it's so funny when I live stream on Saturdays, you usually come through on the tail end and I'm like always, for the most part, saying bye. And I'm like, hi, Lee. Bye, Lee. We're done with the stream. So you came in right on time and I'm doing 100 days worth of live streaming. You came in today too. We have 98 days left. I say that by the time that I'm done with the 98 days, I'm going to like point right to it. I'm going to be like on it. I'm going to be like, that's a little bit harder. Yeah, I don't know. Just be like, boom, like that. Oh, I need to do it like with a sound effect. No, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Oh, that was better, but that looked kind of awkward. Practice. Anyway, practice. So today's going to be short. Let me tell you guys about my day. Let me tell you how they didn't want me to be great today. Hey, boo. How are you doing? Oh, man, you guys are going to have me like, what up, sis? How are you doing today, Evie? I love you. So glad that you are here. Of course, thanks for the support and you have the boot ready to go. All right. Well, I don't know. So you guys tell me who did watch the Apple event. Let me know. I'm going to look at it tomorrow. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. But did I miss anything? I see that the biggest thing is the Apple Studio. I was looking at some comments. Hey, Miss Eileen. Look at this woman right here. Oh, man, I got to one more time for Miss Eileen. What's cracking, Miss Eileen? How are you doing today? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. I did look at one of the comments. Someone had posted it in the eCam Facebook community that he had bought himself as a birthday gift, the iCam Studio. And so they were talking about pricing. And apparently if you max out this Mac Studio, whatever it is, I don't even know the name of it, but apparently it can go up to like $10,000. And then the middle tier is like $4,000. Listen, I'm good. I was thinking about, and I still am, I'm going to wait and see. I was thinking about selling the M1 Mac Mini. I've told that to some of you guys. I have the M1 Mac Mini that came out last year. What do I have? I have I bought the 16 gigs of RAM with the 256 gigs hard drive space. However, I don't like being limited to just 2 monitors. So I'm waiting for, and maybe it was released, you guys let me know, but I'm waiting for an upgraded, more powerful, like the M1 Mini Max or something like that I can have with more monitors, at least 3. Give me at least 3. What do you, okay, wait, hold on. Let me look at all these comments. What's happening? Ask Me Friday. It's my second Monday of the week. Okay. I will follow up with you. I gotta text you. We just have to catch up on the side. Good thing we don't listen today. Exactly. K-Walk, whoosh, cracking. Day 2 here for it. Will there be a special earned badge at the earned? I like that. So we can do some things. We can do some things for like the most supporters or like the percentage of supporters for the days with. So we gonna do it. Right, Israel? It was $10,000. Crazy. Evie says she's all for badges. All right, so we can do some badges. I got to figure it out. A year badge. That was with my Stream Deck pedal. So I got the Stream Deck pedal. I'm also trying to figure out how to best incorporate it for me. I think that for now, but you guys can hear the clicking. Right, so you can hear the clicking. I don't know. I got to talk to Paul. So any of you guys that are in the chat that I know Israel, unboxed his Stream Deck pedal the same day I unboxed, literally at the same time we were unboxing it together. So you're not going to be any help with what you're using it for. But Paul said that he's found a bunch of different reasons, like different use case scenarios. So I would love to hear your feedback on it. Health channel. Oh, that's good. Listen, I want people to join in on my madness. You can do 100 days worth of health tips. That'll be easy for you. Like, I would tune in for day number 96 of health tips and all that stuff. Watch time, that'll increase your watch time. That'll increase your engagement. So a lot of good things. But anyway, going back to the comments, waiting for the M1 Mini versus 2, right? So like I want the M1 Mini Max. I love my M1 Mini, but there are just certain things with the limitations that I'm like, Anyway. 10K, right? 10,000 gallons of gas. Ain't nobody got time. That's what I said. Like, it's like you're back to the old, whatever they called the desktops. Not old, but last year. You guys know what I mean. They were like $20,000 with like 20 terabytes. I'm like, who is dropping that much money on? Oh, I muted the overhead mic, so now this sounds much better. Got it. Now I know. Still learning how to figure out the overhead mics with the best placement. I think I might do a Stream Deck shortcut for when I do switch. Ooh, a multi-action. So I'm thinking out loud with you guys. So if I were to switch the scene and if I were to come here, I'm thinking that maybe I'll do a Stream Deck multi-action when I go to switch either to this scene or to this scene here, to mute and just to unmute. Just thinking some thoughts out loud because I didn't like the way it sounded. I muted it. My brain was a little scatterbrained with that. But I'm sure because you guys are scatterbrained like me, you probably got exactly what I was trying to figure out there and why. Anyway, Mr. Mike Reed. Hello, my good friend. How are you doing today? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Support up to 4 monitors. So, right. And that makes sense because I upgraded my laptop 3-4 weeks ago. I bought the 14-inch MacBook Pro M1 Max, and that can do 3 monitors. And I was looking at the M1 Max Pro. Listen, these names, they got to figure something out with the names because it's way too confusing. But the upgraded version, the way more expensive version that I don't need because I'm not a heavy editor or anything like that, can do up to 4 on the M1 Max Pro laptops. And I was like, all right, that's cool, but I don't need all of the extra stuff that goes with it. I think 3 for me personally is a sweet spot with the monitors because normally in theory I would have 2 27-inch monitors and my iPad, which is, the confidence monitor with the teleprompter. So I like having the 3. But anyway, who is this on Facebook saying, hey, what is going on? Come through on YouTube if you have time. I appreciate you because YouTube is where the party is at because then we get to see all the cool avatars like the rest of the gang and we're all in the same chat. But either way, thanks for showing support. You don't hear the clicking. Okay, so then it's probably because I'm here, but the mic does such a great job at blocking out the noise. Thank you. Ask Indy, I have a heavy foot. Yes. So here. That's live demo mode. So right before if I do maybe live demo mode and I stay quiet, listen, the clicking. Well, probably not now because I muted this one and this picks up all the sound, but we're going to stop messing around with that and I'm going to figure it out. Anyway, Yes, I do have a heavy foot and my socks and slides. Exactly. Don't be hating on my socks and slides. Paul says, for the price of the studio, it should do my laundry even. Okay, Paul, what's the starting price? It better not be like $3,000 or something. I need to know, and I will be watching it myself, but I need to know what is the price, the starting price of this studio, because I'm not in that demographic. I'm the client that wants a good MacBook Pro for on the go, editing upstairs on the sofa or when I'm traveling. And I want to have a decent, just as powerful or maybe sub powerful Mac Mini, right? Because the thought process is that if I really needed the power, I'll just bring the MacBook Pro and connect it to my dock. And then, right, we're all good to go there. But I don't need the studio, I don't think. But anyway, hey, what's cracking? How are you? Come through on YouTube. One of my good friends, I'm 90% sure it was Paul, just gave you the link to come find us on YouTube, but there we are. Is there a time frame that one should normally stream for when doing something like 100 days? So before Gretchen leaves, Gretchen, please give your feedback in the comments. For me personally, I'm doing it according to my schedule. You can get into analytics and stuff like that of when your viewers are online and, all of that good stuff. It's really hard for us in this particular community because we are going to absolutely be streaming at one point or another, right? So I can take time off in the middle of the day to stream for a half an hour because we are going to keep this to like a half an hour, 40 minutes tops. I'm looking how long have it's been 16 minutes. I'm going to keep this to maybe 40 minutes tops because I do have a Zoom call for the cycling club that I'm in that I have to jump on at 8:00. So, and then I have another call at 9. So tonight's a busy night. But going back to Israel's question, so for me, it was, when can I commit to this? Because I think the most important thing in my advice, and again, Gretchen, please feel free to chime in with, agreements or not. But what I really said when I was trying to dial down the time was, I need to keep it as consistent as possible. So if I'm going to do this every single day, when do I know that it's going to be the easiest to keep it at the same time every single time, every day, right? So as much as I knew that I can take off maybe 12 o'clock for a half an hour or an hour, I think an hour would have been pushing it with the bank, but I definitely could have done a half an hour. It was, can I do that every day during the week? And I probably could, because would be my lunchtime, right? Like I probably could have streamed every day at the same time. But then remember, I started now in March. So that means we have all of April, all of May, and the first half of June. So what does that mean? And it's so funny because I'm looking at Motivated Minds, Carlos's comment. Thanks for coming through, Carlos. May and even April, I will be cycling, especially on Saturdays and Sundays at 12 o'clock. If we start, depending if I start like on a Saturday, if I start riding at 9 o'clock in the morning and we're going for like a 30 or 40 mile ride, I'm not getting home till like 2 or 3 o'clock because depending on the amount of breaks, anyway, but you get what I'm saying. So when I was thinking about all of those things for every single day of the week and when I could commit, I knew that I would absolutely be back and be home in the evenings. So whether it was starting at 6. So this week, if you look at the times that I scheduled everything out, because I scheduled everything now for the next 7 days, there are some days that I think I'm streaming at, I know there's a day that I'm streaming, I think at 6:30 or 6:45. There's another day that I believe I'm starting at 8 o'clock, but it's in the same realm, more or less. And so that's because I'm going to show the community for the consistency. They know, and we're going to keep it at 7 o'clock almost every single day, unless they're scheduling why can't I say that? That's the Puerto Rican in me. The scheduling conflicts, like tomorrow that I can't because we have a Zoom call from 6:30 to 7:30 on a committee that I'm going to be on, right? So trying to figure out all of that stuff, but keeping it in the same realm of time frame so that your community, right? Because look at this, all of you guys, I'm very grateful. All of you guys that are on now or were on yesterday. So this may work at the best time for the community. And now once you start to do it, and it's so funny. So check it out. I messed up on Sunday and I scheduled my stream. I think I forgot to change the time and restream. I scheduled the time for 9 o'clock in the morning, and Paul immediately messaged me because Paul is the master moderator. He's amazing. But Paul immediately messaged me and said, "Did you really mean to schedule this for 9 o'clock in the morning?" I said, "Absolutely not. You're the best." Right? Because now he knows more or less what my time frames are. Now he knows when I'm going to be streaming. And so that's the biggest thing, Israel. If you're looking to start with this, that would be one of the things I would tell you to really think about. So let me just go back to, you always hating on my socks and slides. You are always hating. Anyway, 2K, that's what it starts with. Hi. All right, let me go back. So you guys don't hear the clicks. So that's good. Good to know. Let me see. The base price is $2,000. No, because then at that point, right? Like that's how much I spent on I got my MacBook Pro. I got it open box. I did the 50, although I think I may exchange it. I did the 14-inch MacBook Pro M1 Max, and it has 512 gigs, and I paid $1,900 for it. So for me, $1,599 just for the box. Yeah, I don't know. 19, so it's $2,000, $4,000 for the next step up. So you go from 2,000 and then the next base up is no, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. That's not, and I don't want to say that it's not a value, but for what I do, even with content creation, the M1 Mini is fine and the M1 Mini Max is fine. I just wanted something just a little bit more powerful so that if I do want to do a few extra things, maybe when streaming, and the monitors was a big plus, and having some ports. So that's insane. Anyway, 40 minutes tops, short for real. Well, today it can't be no more, and we're already at 7:23. So I've been streaming for 22 minutes. It can't be no more than 40 minutes because I have a hard stop. That's what we say in the banking world. I can meet with you at 1 p.m. today, but I have a hard stop at 2 p.m. because I have another appointment. So we're going to have to chop it off. So today I have a hard stop because I have another appointment, Zoom class at 8 o'clock. And yes, Carlos, get back on your bike. Let's see, with the Ultra chip. So yeah, so I did read a little bit about the Ultra chip, and I'm going to move on because you guys are luring me in. But I did read that the Ultra chip is basically two M1 chips and they work together, and that's why it's called the Ultra. I don't know how I'm feeling. How are you guys feeling about all of this naming? So there's the M1, the M1 Max. Is it the M1 Max Pro on the computers that just came out, the MacBook Pros? I think it's the M1 Max Pro. And then now there's the M1 Ultra. That one I like, M1 Ultra, but they did the M1, the M1 Max, Hey, Simply Obs, how are you today, my good friend? Appreciate you. Gretchen says, I'm on the West Coast and my viewers are from the East Coast to Australia. My stream lasts about 45 minutes to an hour due to my content. I read a story, discuss illustrations, add an art, lesson 6 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time, which is 9:30 p.m. out my time on the East Coast. Was there a reason why you chose that, Gretchen, that time frame? Because that's interesting. Like, was it just that it works for you, and whoever chimes in, whoever sees, the replay sees the replay, right? Like, I'd love to hear why that time. And I think that's where Israel is also getting at, is with what made you choose that particular time. Hey, girl, how you doing, cutie patootie? What's going on? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Eric Mailer, how are you doing today, sir? Thank you for coming through. Have fun and success with my experiment. Yeah, I don't know, 14-inch. I'm having mixed feelings about my 14-inch as well. So I went, and when I upgraded 2 years ago, once I first started using YouTube, thank you. I appreciate you, Evie. We'll catch up. And yes, every day, more or less same time, same place for the next 97 days. But getting back to the size. So when I started using Ecamm, I immediately upgraded to the MacBook Pro. That was the first MacBook Pro that I've ever gotten, because in the past, I've either just gotten, back when it was like the MacBook Unibody, that was my favorite MacBook. So I always really wanted the all black Unibody. That black. Always. Yes, I'll FaceTime you, Evie. No problem. Sounds good. I always wanted that there was just something about like, and then when they came out with the jet black iPhone, it was like, oh, come back with this jet black, the black shiny. Oh man. The white unibody, I was like, oh, that's cool. I ended up getting my very first MacBook I ended up getting was the silver unibody MacBook. Absolutely loved it. That was back when we can still tinker, and I used to work for Radio Shack, so I used to sell RAM, I used to sell SSD drives and stuff like that. So of course, I absolutely upgraded the RAM on that computer. I absolutely uploaded, swapped out the hard drive to an SSD drive, and I think I had that MacBook, the unibody MacBook, probably for about 5 or 6 years. And then enough, it was like, all right, I can't really, it was like, slowing down. I kept getting, as I opened up more programs and I started doing more things, I started seeing the rainbow ball more and more often. And I tried to hold on to it, man. I tried. But it became more often than not that I started seeing the rainbow ball. And so then I switched back and forth to between the MacBook Airs and then just the regular MacBooks. I never spent the extra money on the MacBook Pro because I never did editing. I wasn't live streaming or anything like that. So it wasn't cost effective for me. I didn't need it. I absolutely love the Apple ecosystem. And once I got that first MacBook computer, I said I will never go back to a Windows computer. And that was, you figure we can think about the timing, but probably what I was working in Radio Shack, so maybe 15 years ago, 16 years ago. All my computers, actually I'm lying. I did switch at some point maybe 7 years ago to the Surface computer, Windows Surface computer, when the Surface first came out. And that was because you guys know that I love taking digital notes. So when, Microsoft showcased the Microsoft Surface with the Surface Pen, I was like, oh my God, I can get rid of my iPad and it's, I can do it in just single tablet mode and use my pencil. And I did have it for maybe a year, the Surface. And then I had my iPhone, I had an iPad, and it was like, I'm not using it as much. So I ended up selling the Surface and coming back to Apple. I've never had a desktop. The M1 Mini was the very first desktop that I bought from Apple. And that was because I was already now into the content creation, into eCam, into streaming. And I was like, okay, I want a dedicated computer on my desk that I can have, and for the price point, right? Like that's one of the things we all spoke about last year when this 8 gig mini came in and when the 16 gig mini came in. And I'm keeping track of the time because y'all be trying to play me, yo. But when the so we're going to wrap up because it's about to be 7:30. So we got 15 more minutes of this. So let me just come in and say, hey, Johnny, what's going on? How are you? Thank you for showing love. I appreciate you. Let's see. Still not sold. Ooh, you were talking to the wrong crew, girl. She's saying she's not sold on the MacBook Air. Angelica, when was the last time you used it? She's not really using it. Don't even really need a computer. It's pretty though. You know what? All right, Gretchen, good luck on the on LinkedIn and the donations. I hope that it works very well. So thank you for chiming in. I appreciate you. Gretchen loves the 14-inch MacBook. So let's see. So the M1 Mini was the very first desktop that I've had. And it was like, okay, with the price point, that was one of the things that we went crazy for because it was like, oh my God, you're getting such an amazing processor. It works so well at such a low price point. What was it? It was like $600 and then I think $800 or $900. I know that I started with the 8 gig and then ended up, so my desktop is 256 gigs of hard drive space. I upgraded to the 16 gig. And what I did was I bought a 5 terabyte external hard drive that I keep connected permanently to it. So like when I do eCam videos and when I do Final Cut Pro videos, it just automatically defaults to that library so that it's not eating up the hard drive space within the Mac. And then I spend more money on my laptop because like I said, on a worst case scenario, if I need to dock my laptop, then I can get the more powerful computer, have the screens, the monitors, the keyboards and stuff like that. So I will, for me personally, I will invest more on a more powerful laptop because I like having that portability. And then when I need to docking it. But these prices for the studio, Hey, Gigi, what's cracking? I told my friend, and it's actually my best friend, Makita. I told her that you were amazing. I was giving you like a quick bio. So she may be reaching out to you. So let me see. Thank you, Paul. Paul is just saying if you want to support, you can buy me a cup of coffee, a New York City coffee or a couple of coffees. I would appreciate that if you do. Eric says, 819 or 7400 for a computer Mac Studio. Hell no. Will buy me a Mac Mini. I need a sugar mama. Right, sugar mom. Yeah. I'm like, what's happening with these prices? Anyway, Simply Orbs says, I support all Mac in 2007. And since I, the family, am tech support, I've got everyone else's. Oh my God. Obs. That's what I'm doing with Angie. Because Angie had the Surface for a long time. And you know, we've been dating a year. And I'm like, no, what you doing with that whack ass Surface computer? And then Angie, so Angie has her iPhone. She's had an iPad for a while. I got her to get the updated iPad Air with the Apple Pencil because she's a digital note taker. She loves using the Surface and the pencil. So that was the first thing that we did right for her birthday last year. It was like, oh, okay, babe, I'll help you and we'll go half and, you know, we'll get this iPad Air for you. And that'll be like my birthday gift to you and stuff like that. And then it was, listen, you know, you don't really need that Surface, right? Like, you know, and she at first was like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And then it was right before I came back home. So when I was in Connecticut 3 weeks ago, I was like, all right, let's just do this. Anyway, you love the Surface that touches everything, babe, but you have an iPad for that. We're not going to do this argument. That'll be an argument for another day. And maybe I'll bring you on and we can keep everyone entertained. So, the portability is awesome, right? Exactly. What's up, Miguel? Check out the links. I thought about you and I meant to, message you, but check out the links in the description. And for anyone else that may be interested in the Stream class or in any of the master classes that I will be giving, I will be doing the Stream Deck masterclass first. You can see there is a sign up link on my description. So Miguel, if I know that we were talking and you were saying you needed that, so definitely I would say sign up. You'll get put on my list. And then once I'm launching, I will be launching in early spring. So very soon. I'm hoping sooner rather than later. But I don't want to, I'm going to under promise and over deliver. So we're going to say spring and the plan is to under promise and over deliver. But thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. And it is inspiring. Listen, this 100 days, we're in day 98. It's a little bit. Paul says, don't forget to hit that like button. I appreciate you, Paul. So let me see. I'm looking at the time. We're at 7:35. We're going to wrap up. I'm at 32 minutes. So Carlos says, would love to hear a weekly update from you on what it took to stream every day that week. Carlos, we are here. So that is the plan. So I did go over some of what I had planned so far for the week. And so I'm probably going to do kind of a twofold between Friday and Saturdays, or maybe I'll do it on Saturdays altogether. But at the end of the week, we're going to discuss two different things. At the end of the week, we're going to talk about the recap. What did that look like? Where were my huge obstacles? How did I overcome those obstacles? Any obstacles that I anticipate coming for the following week. And then the second piece of it is, what do I have planned and what are the things that we're going to be covering for the next 7 days? So I already put that down, and that's how I'm going to close off my week every single week to talk about it. So breaks down it a little bit more. Carlos says, basically what you learned about your technology, about yourself. Maybe you could end each week with a progress report. So and I definitely love your wording. So to keep me a little bit structured and make sure I hit the bullet points, thank you for that. I appreciate that. And Paul is being an amazing master moderator today. Paul is getting in. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. So here's one of the things I said, and that's why I said they didn't want to let me be great today. It was testing me, and I was ready to rip out my whole desk, which is mounted to the wall and secured to the wall, by the way. I was ready to Incredible Hulk and rip it off because I was trying. I'm going to do another video on the Stream Deck, right? And so it entails showing the actual buttons on the Stream Deck as well, going between the menu and then showing the actual buttons. So then I was getting my overhead camera ready, right? And there you go. I was getting the overhead camera ready. And so what I was doing was I was trying to take it out because you see, if I have it here, you can't really see it. And then doing this is not necessarily conducive. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to put it this way. But then you have this cable. And can I complain? Can I complain? Can we all complain? The fact, and my, let me move this overlay so you can see me. We'll put this over here, 98 days to go. The fact that, let me show you. And you guys know, because if you have a Stream Deck, you know, why? Why, Elgato, why? I'm talking to the microphone so you can hear me loud and clear. Why? If I'm so annoyed and have always been annoyed by this that I can't even get the words out. But why, if the power cord is going to go here, right? Why did you not give me a 90-degree adapter? Because all that's going to do is, right, like you finagle it like this and you turn it, and like having this is not the best. And I understand that this is a braided cable, but then going, is this the right way? No. Going, right, like all of this stuff here, like why? How much more would it have cost to have given me a right angle adapter so that when you put it in, it goes in kind of just like this, right? And then it comes out and you're fine. So I'm bringing that up because clearly, let's move this out the way and let me show you. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to lay it flat because then that gives a better visual representation, right? That then I can kind of, if I wanted to, I can zoom in using Ecamm. Yeah. Is the scene locked? The scene might be locked. No, it's not locked. Why is this not? Oh, because I don't have zoom in pan. So then if I zoom in, right, and show you a little bit closer what the buttons look like or something like that, I can. But when I was struggling, let me unzoom. When I was struggling with that, I unplugged it, and because of, I was using another cable because it wasn't as long, right? Apparently this cable, my older cable, is probably broken already. So when I went to plug it back in, it wasn't turning back on. So I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? And I had to reset my dock. I unplugged it from the dock. I had to rewire it. So that was going to be today, the setup that they didn't want me to be great. And I was so annoyed that, you know, I'm looking at Angie. What are you laughing at? So let me go back over here. Hi. Okay. And I see one of the comments from Gigi says, I didn't even know that face was removable. That is hilarious. The fact that you didn't know it was removable. Yes, honey, it is removable. So, and what's cool is that depending on your setup and stuff like that, we can go back to the overhead shot, but depending on your setup, there's a lot of people on Etsy that actually sell really cool, like flush mounts. I was trying to get someone to do a stand that gets connected to like the Rodecaster Pro and to put it directly there because they're all 3D stuff. But yes, anyway. All right, cool. Thanks, Miguel. I'm glad that you signed up. I appreciate your support. Carlos says, yes, he is an awesome and amazing mod. I wholeheartedly agree. Such a great mod. You can use the Configure Stream Deck app to show the buttons. Yes, I'll message you. I know that, wise guy, but I'll message you because there was another reason why I wanted to show that this is for a video on the back end. But anyway, Gigi said, there is that. You're so funny. Where's K-Walk? You know what? My mother, what is she? She's probably still out in those streets. I did not ban Mom. I did call her afterwards. We laughed. We had a good time. Thank you, Miss Eileen. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for showing support and coming through. But me and my mom did laugh after that. And I told her, I was like, Mom, you have to come on. So, but she's working now. So she's doing the thing. Anyway, puts fingers in the ear, not hearing about more things to buy. Right? First world problems. I was on Amazon today and I was like, listen, I'm about to buy me a whole 90-degree adapter because this is not life. But anyway, didn't mean to squirrel you. That's okay. because it's my responsibility to not be squirreled, but it's all good. I appreciate that. I have to get, you know what? I'm going to see if I can get that by tomorrow. I'm going to do a little emoji on the top of the screen and I'm going to put squirrel. And there's that here. Oh, I like that. Maybe I'll leave it there. And 98 days to go. We're on day 3. Oh, so much easier. I think we're leaving that there. That was good. Thanks, K-Walk. And it's not as awkward as what I was doing there like that. What is that? This is like, hey, I can even pose like that. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with the shenanigans. But yeah, I like that there. So that's going to stay there. You guys are laughing at me. Simply All says, totally annoying. I was able to use my Stream Deck pedal for 2 weeks. It's dead. Support can't. No. That's unacceptable. Don't tell me that. Got to figure that out too. That's not good. Imagine squirrel. What? Yes, but squirrel. Yes, I need to put that in an emoji and just have, or like an overlay on the Stream Deck. Signed up for the Stream Deck console. You did shine up. I know, and I messaged you and I never heard back. I'll message you separately so we can partner up and do what? Because you did sign up for the Stream Deck console. So we'll talk. K-Walk, I got you. All right. We are at 40 minutes. It is 7:42. I have another Zoom that I'm going to jump on. And so one of the things that you'll see that as I progress, you'll start, I already have it in my head. Like I have a vision and stuff like that. Thank you so much, Carlos. I appreciate you. Is that I'm going to have like end scenes and you still have a beginner Stream Deck. That's all right, K-Walk. I'm gonna help you. We gonna talk. You can have the little baby Stream Deck, and then once you realize all the things that you can do with the Stream Deck, you're gonna want to upgrade. So it is all good in the hood. So I'm gonna include an end scene to kind of end things off. So I am excited for the next 97 days to go. Today is day 2. Day 2 is over. Yes, we will talk. But that's it. We're ending it tomorrow. What is actually, you know what I did want to show you guys? And this goes to what, like a countdown. I thought about that, Paul. So you're 100% right. I did think about having, so here's, let me lower the music a little bit. I did think about having a countdown timer across all scenes, but then what I was worried about, because you see I switch scenes a lot, wouldn't it reset once I go back and forth to scenes? So we can message today or tomorrow. But I did think about that because I like that idea if I'm going to just do 45 minutes or 30 minutes having it. So, all right, brother of a certain age, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through and showing support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we're at 15 minutes. Well, let me show you this, and then that's how we're going to end it. So do I want to do week? Yep. And then, not if it's in all scenes. Hold on, that's the wrong one. Oh, so I got to mess around with it. I didn't know that. So if the timer, okay, squirrel. Let's do this. I want to do screen share. So how about I'm going to do just a whole nother scene. Yep. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this here. Hey. I want to show you fantastical. This is my schedule for this week in the evening. This is what we're looking at. What's up, James Westside? Imagine a squirrel. Yes. Thank you for coming through, James. I appreciate you. But this was my schedule for this week when we're talking about, right? So this was Monday, and I didn't put my streaming. So what I did today was I did put it on the calendar. So right here you have the 7 days of live streaming. I'm doing the wrong one. The 100 days of live streaming, right? So I put it on the calendar, and then I have other stuff going on, right? So I have my Queen's Zoom call, and then I have another live stream tonight at 9 o'clock. I have a my cycling Zoom call, the live streaming, podcast recording, right? So this is my schedule just for this week in the evenings. But anyway, watch my time. Yes, we're done. We're done. I appreciate you guys. See, and the music let me know that it's time to get off. So we are going to, no, I don't want to see. And this is that it's not all my bank stuff, right? So this was just like my appointments for tonight. That's not even my bank stuff. That's a whole nother thing. But no, I think I don't want to see your calendar with all the modding and all the live streaming that goes on. But we are going to, is a wrap. Day 2 is over. 98 days. Tomorrow when we come back, we will have 97 and we will be back for day 3. So I appreciate you guys. I will catch you guys on the next one.